This is a sequel to my video, The Joy of Pascal. I have to add some code. A lot of this came from when I was working for a defense contractor in the 90s. C was more popular than Pascal. A lot more things were available to C programmers than Pascal programmers. If I wanted to use somebody else's code, I'd often have to start with the files that were made for C programmers and edit them myself to make them work for Pascal. It wasn't hard to convert from a C header file to the corresponding Pascal file. Mostly I was translating things verbatim, actively trying not to embellish. As much as anything, this step was just a ritual. I'm sure there were tools to automate the process. But this ensured that I read every line of the interface and didn't miss anything. One thing amazed me every time. The Pascal versions I was creating were so much cleaner and safer than the original C versions. Pascal actually does a better job describing C code than C does. The following example is based on a lot of real code. The code starts with the standard prologue for a file named tomorrow's lottery numbers today.h. Next, some definitions. Typing Powerball in the code is the same as typing the number 0. Typing Mega Millions is the same as 1. Super Lotto Plus is 2. Fantasy 5 is 3. Daily 4, Daily 3, Daily Derby, and Daily Hotspot are 4, 5, 6, and 7 respectively. The function Get Tomorrow's Numbers returns a C-style string. It takes a single input, an integer named game. This says which game you need to predict. It's a number from the list above. Get game with best odds is a function which returns an integer. The integer has a meaning taken from the table above, the list of defines we just made. This takes one input, an integer named days in the future. The function compare multiple games returns a C-style string. It takes a single input named games, which is an integer. This is a bit set based on the values. And the standard epilogue, end if. It starts off simple enough. If I want to know the winning numbers for tomorrow's Mega Millions jackpot, I need to type get tomorrow's numbers 1 or get tomorrow's numbers Mega Millions. Get game with best odds is not much different. This will return the number 1 when it can predict the Mega Millions jackpot. But compare multiple games is different. It takes a single number as an input, just like the previous two functions. But that number describes a set of games, not just a single game. If you want to compare the odds of Powerball, Super Lotto Plus, and Hotspot, you could write some C code like this. That works, but the Pascal version is just so much easier and safer. I would translate the C header files into something like this. Start with the standard Pascal prologue. Define a type named game, including Powerball, Mega Millions, Super Lotto Plus, Fantasy 5, Daily 4, Daily 3, Daily Derby, and Hotspot in that order. The function Get Tomorrow's Numbers takes an input of which game, which is of type game, and it returns a C-style string. The function Get Game with Best Odds takes one input, which is an integer, and returns a value of type game. The function Compare Multiple Games takes one input of type set of game, and it returns a C-style string. And I would use the library like this. Compare multiple games, Powerball, Super Lotto Plus, Hotspot. Remember, I'm not changing the other code. I'm only writing a new description of that code's interface. The other code will continue to send and receive exactly the same data, byte for byte. The Pascal compiler can make code that's compatible with C code, but the Pascal compiler adds some nice features. Notice that I removed the English comments. The code now says the same thing explicitly, so the compiler can verify that you are following these rules. Even better, notice the set of game type. The C code called this an integer. We still need to send an integer to the C code, but the Pascal compiler will automatically take care of the bit manipulations, so the Pascal code is shorter. And it's type safe, of course. And Pascal gives you the tools to convert these to and from strings at runtime. That's huge for developing. I wasn't exaggerating. You can write a Pascal program that's better at using a C library than other C programs are. Pascal's bit set type is a perfect example. Thank you for watching part 2 of The Joy of Pascal. More joy is coming. Keep an eye on this channel and check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching.